Hello, hello, hello. I'll try to start sharing this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm over here getting my share going on. I'm getting my share going on.
I told you, like, remember I was telling you when you go on YouTube and you look at 810, I think there's some other people using 810 News Media Group as their clip. So
Yeah,
it's putting other people in front of really 810 News Media Group.
yeah. I've been paying attention to that. And you can't stop people from. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
I got to
they
figure
motion
out.
stillers.
Yeah, I
You
can't stand
know, yeah,
that.
they just motion stillers. You got to take the bitter with the sweet. People in Flint, they don't have their own really mind. People, they more react. They see how you doing and try to do what you do. It's just how it is. Believe me. I,
I
I,
just wish stuff wasn't. I just wish stuff wasn't like that. And I know it sounds childish the way I'm saying I wish, but it's more of if I don't know if you've seen that interview. I know you watched the Shade Room before with the Shade Room, but I think it was just the last one. Tyrese was on it, and
mm-hmm.
he talked about even when people try to take your shine and use because people gonna be jealous, and there's nothing you could do about it. Like nothing you could do about it. No matter how much you try to talk to them, like you shouldn't. It never stops. But what he's saying basically, God has for you, you gonna get it regardless, and that's what a lot of people see. They know when you're shining, and they want what you got instead of wanting what they got. Um, right here where you live in DC, you hear ambulance or
Mm.
um, and it's just like I mean, I know this is like basic conversation right now about that, but it haters will hate, and that comes with it. And no matter what you got, somebody might be. What do you say? Somebody might be jealous of you, Mickey, because of your hairline.
Yeah, nah, it'd be like
The
that.
most stupidest crap. They're hating on you, and there's really like it. Is it something you really want to spend your time fighting, or is it a way to you know ignore it and keep moving? But sometimes it gets the best of us, and when people get the best of us sometimes, well, it's not the person, it's more of the bull crap that comes with it, because your conversation will start talking about it. And I always say, when you start giving that light to that eating snake, you gotta.
Mm-hmm. It's just what it is. I'm starting to see that. That's why I was saying earlier, like, Flint is just to me. You, as you can see, you that came up here. It's a lot of followers up here. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people don't know how to create that. They don't know how to do their own lane. Because a lot of believe me, it's people been doing this before me, but I don't know. I guess I did it and something, and then you just run into jealousy. It's a lot of jealousy. Ain't no like I was thinking people really friends, man. People would be mad if you get an interview, they don't get the interview, and it's like they didn't turned it in too much a competition. Like I got to compete with them. You know what I'm saying? All you do is got to sit back and watch. If you just go sit back and watch what we do and watch how the other people doing it, they could have been doing what I was doing, but they didn't. They didn't see that aspect of it, and then
Mhm.
now you see, and that's why we really having the problems that we having, because everybody want to be the chief. They just think, oh, I'm better than you, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Even with Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan probably wasn't the baddest one, but he was the most disciplined one. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot of people. Man, it's so crazy when you be seeing a person to watch what you do and come back and read. I done seen people do a show that me and Wyntis did, then went back and did the show for themselves. I was just looking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You ain't had no creativity. You ain't know how to go out here and do this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be watching stuff that we do and they try to enter. I mean, even with people to go so far as a go get people you doing big. I give you an example. Just like I brought Trevor on. Then nobody want to go deal with Trevor. Then everybody want to go have a show with Trevor. It was like, damn, man, you don't know how to go. Like it's just crazy. And it's like I never seen nothing like where it's a bunch of copycatters. Some people say it's supposed to be flattering, but it get downright sickening.
No, it makes you think. Are they literally watching you to then get talking points for their stuff? Um, I was just saying today to my girlfriend because one thing I started to do. I watch pretty much everyone on 810, but I started to slow down with watching everything. Like not saying the bump. I
Mhm.
watched that. I'm sorry, y'all. The bump. I watch that thing every day. I don't comment. I watch, and then sometimes I get off. But like with me, I don't want to hear what the last show talked about because I don't want to repeat the conversation. Not
Right.
because I have a problem with the show prior to me or in front of
Right.
me. It's more of I don't want to go on the show and then talk about what they talked about because it becomes controversial. Like,
Yeah.
am I on here to dictate and correct everything someone else believes? No, that's not what I believe. Sister Circle is. Sister Circles to build unity within women all over. And Sister Circle includes men too, because in a Sister Circle, most women are mothers, grandmothers, aunties, to males, and some males have
No,
daughters.
no, really, Sister Circle is for women. I know
Yeah,
because I'm not
no,
Wyntis.
but I mean, I'm just
She
saying that
straight
men
again.
can be on here.
Yeah,
Men can
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Mm.
Sometimes the conversation might seem like we're putting men, but it's just a personal experience that we might have went through. But for me, I I don't think Mickey, you would believe that I sit here to come on here and bash men.
Oh
That is
no,
that is
no.
not within me. Um, you ever hear women sometimes where they constantly say, men do this, and I say, no, you got to stop that. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot classify every man on this earth. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I was at my daughter's school, and it was two ladies conversating. And I try to mind my business, but when they loud or whatever, then you hear and you're like, oh,
Right.
let me give a minute. Let me ask God, should I intervene? So when I got in there, I was saying, I know how you feel, but when you say all black men, these were two black women talking about black men.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now I identify as black, but not everybody's going to accept me, and that's fine.
Right.
Um, and that's fine with me. But same thing like Kamala Harris, she got to fight this. It is what it is. Some people want to put you in their bucket, and then some people don't want you. You're not black enough. You're not dark enough. You're too light. Your hair too straight. It's separation of us. But where do we learn that? That's a whole nother conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But the two ladies were talking. And one of the ladies said something, and it hit my spirit because Mickey, I was raised by a black man,
Mm-hmm.
literally my whole entire life. The Puerto Rican father that my mother was with, and my father, he left, too busy cheating. Right? My mother never told us. She kept it away from us. She was one of those women. My mother was one of those women. You don't need your kids to know everything that's going on. They separated. My mother paid her. She literally bought his half of the house out and she raised the two of us. Now, when I was my sister and brother way older than me, but when I was 4 years old, she met my stepfather, and from 4 till now, and my mother's deceased.
Mm-hmm.
That man right there.
Mm-hmm.
If anything goes on with me, or if I need anything, he is there. So when I hear women saying that black men are not in the households, not taking care of their children, they have left their kids, that's the biggest lie
Mm-hmm.
that is put out there. And it irritates me to the point in my core because you're talking about my father, and my father ain't never left me or his biological children ever. Some women think because the man is not in the house, his role changes. No, he is still the father of those children. So, oh, I hear kids.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just, I conversation, and I just had to say something because I was like, we need to stop repeating what the media has told us, that everything is wrong with us. Everything is wrong with us. Um,
Mm,
that is not true. And we have to stop repeating these stereotypes of each other that are not true. The unfortunate part, Tyrese was talking in his thing about every other culture sticks with each other. They connect with each other. They
right.
build together. I ain't gonna lie. One thing that I was raised with, even though I was raised by a black man, on my mother's side, you was raised like you're real close to you prideful of your flag, prideful of your food, your culture, and you love on that. And you make sure that whenever you see anyone that is, you make sure if they need something, you help. And that was put in me. Um, but I don't believe that we say only other cultures join. When I see growing up what we didn't have, what I saw black families have, and I mean black American families had, which is what a lot of people don't have. Y'all got family reunions.
Facts.
We don't have that. The only time we see our funerals and weddings. The black community has huge events. When people have parties, they might not have to go spend a whole bunch of money, but you see everybody in the house. Grandma played a big role. People coming over. The community gets together. If you in a community, if you're in a predominantly black neighborhood, they're gonna say hi to you. When they walk, they're gonna say good morning. They're gonna speak. In other communities, when you walk outside, in my community, which is now we call it gentrified, I could a white male can be walking down the street, an Indian male, an Asian male. You say hi to them, they just keep on walking and look at you like you're crazy. But if a black man or a black woman passes you, they say good morning. So I think sometimes we say things so much that we believe the lie. And when you look at the world, black culture is very well noticed. Every culture studies black culture. You look at the music, the food, the clothes. My thing is, we need to celebrate that and put that together. Like everything that everyone does, look at where black culture's in everyone else's culture. So I do think the black community works together. I just think that other communities have learned how to just get their information and keep it in the house. Different than where certain cultures express it in front of others. So what I see when Tyrese was saying we fight and we debate, I actually think that's a real good thing because you're doing it in real time. You're not hiding behind each other. Everyone gossips about each other. Anyone who says that only certain cultures do that, that's a lie. It's just they do it in different ways. Um, but just I'm going on this tangent. But
I know where I want to go.
Sister Audrey had gave me this book. If y'all could see it, it's called the the Way to Happiness. Read you something out of here, Mickey. You can go ahead till I find it.
No, I see. But I think the problem with our culture is that we've been so brainwashed to really just play each other like we don't. It's just terrible. Like I say, we even have problems with, but it's the way the system is set up. How you have Africans coming over here, even people from Haiti coming over here. How they you know what I'm saying? How we even be beefing amongst ourselves with them when really it was a boat stop to drop every, you know what I'm saying, that separated a lot of it. But we don't see it that way. When they get here, they already have a how they feel about us, and likewise. And it's like it's just see like we just gonna they want to keep us divided, and you see it in just this. Anything that we do, we got to be divided. We got to pick somebody, but said we don't pick each other. It's like we don't
Mhm.
know how to stand together, like you said, how you was raised. But people are still look at a Puerto Rican don't understand if you go in there, what you will really see, you will see a black and a Hispanic. It's like it's so crazy how we so brainwashed and how we thinking that it's just how we do it. It's just like it seems like the lighter you are, the more respect you get. The darker you are, you know what I'm saying, the less respect you get. And it's like we fighting so many battles within our own race. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a class who want to go along with the get along, and you got a class who won't change. And right now we battling with that understanding. That's like right now, just in politics, like everybody bringing up with Kamala. I understood what Trump was saying. I know some people they don't want to hear it because it's gonna tick some off. But it was a dog whistle when he said, "I didn't know she was black." He knows she's of color. But what he's saying is, what was her policy toward blacks? And like we're gonna have a lot of people finna come out to say, "Well, Kamala did this, Kamala did this, Kamala did that." I get it. I get it. I get it. Everybody wanna you know what I'm saying, toot their own, you know, say she did that. Even with Barack, like Barack came in and drunk that water and Flint
Yeah,
and said it was good, but it was safe. But a lot of people don't like, and we supposed to just take it. That's what I think. To me,
you
it's
hold
like we just
everyone
supposed to,
accountable.
yeah, we supposed to take it just because he was black. And I get it, like damn, but it's all right because he said it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, now they ain't got a white man telling us the lie, it's the black man telling us the lie. And it seems like we going for it. Even with our mayor here saying the water good, but you still got people voting for him, even for his wife voting for him. It's like we just be and we get off into well, it's a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? We so confused when we missing the goal is the water fixed. Like that's what everybody keep missing is the water fix. We're going on 10 and a half years. That's even with this. Okay, we got to get Kamala. We got to vote for Kamala. And I'm saying, like, just tell me which one of them presidents, because they ain't up under no
That we understand. That's
yeah,
the real question.
they can talk. Which one of them gonna come here and fix this water? Like everybody say, well, we gotta vote for our interest. The interest for the people in Flint is to get that water fixed. And the people, as we that selfish of a people, I get everything they saying, but what they think Project 2025 look like. Look at Flint.
Mm.
I'm saying if you want to see people being dead any kind of way, it's like it's crazy. And I get it. People saying, but look up on the highway up here up in Flint. Water not fixed. You can't get nobody to say nothing. If you say something, it's like you can hear a governor say they Flint fatigue. What about the people here that's dying? They not fatigued. But that's when you're looking at the 5% compared to the 10% to the 85%. See, we got a lot of people who thinking they in the 5%. That's really in the 85%. They're not even in the 10%. But you know, you can trick people when you can move out in Grand Blanc. You can have this big house. You can ride this $80,000 car. See, we get caught up in trinkets. And I believe people don't really be paying attention on what's going on. It's like you just see, you know what I'm saying? Look at the shock value. You would get
Yeah.
more views for having somebody on here fighting, somebody, a woman half naked. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You know, some of the rauchiest music you can hear, or some of the rauchiest dancing you can hear. Oh, that's cool because you're not standing up to saying, look how they feeding us in the inner city. Look how we got a food desert inside of Flint on the north side, and it's crazy that you got all this going on, but yet you can see downtown being fixed up. You know what I'm saying? We see, and I'm really speaking about people in our age and
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I understand the youth. They got to do what they did. We was young and didn't understand it. But when you see people that was born in, like, say, the 80s, still, like, you know, like 80s, 76, like, you know what I'm saying? If you were 70 babies and 80 baby, and you still playing like you was born in 2000, it show you how really crazy we are. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and it's like, to me, just my humble opinion, it's like you haven't seen really from my age, I really say from the 70s, be so immature. Like we just look at how the adults that we got. We acting for the kids to act right, but when you can't even get adults to act right, you can't even get 7 to 8 votes to make this mayor do right. You can't even get this mayor or the state rep to go challenge to say, look, the water in Flint ain't right. You can't. You know what I'm saying? But you can get a book like Jordan Sheraton did, We the Poison, when you can hear how the mayor really thought. See, we got a lot of cowards, you know what I'm saying, in this town because they're not fighting for the water. You know, they go have a you can go to these have these crab boils. Like we partying and Rome is burning. People is dying, but see, it don't become a problem till one of them get cancer. Then you gonna see people gonna be like, oh, this. It's like it should never be. It should never came from Lansing that you can hear somebody say, you know, we Flint fatigue with the water and people dying. That's just like Kamala Harris. She shouldn't even be able to come in Flint if you ain't talking about we finna hold some people accountable. She the president. If she want to be the president,
She's actually vice president right now as we speak.
you can come and do some Joe Biden. You know you on your way out. Whoever his handlers is, make that man work. You know what I'm saying? Make him work. It's like, dude, but the Democrats so easy. They look at the blacks and like, come on, let me give you this. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you this. And what I'm telling you, what we seeing in Flint, people are sitting up here dying. I mean, and some of the horrible death. To have cancer and high Easter body up, and you got to go get chemo. It's to me, it's like the Miss Everett boys. They're like the Tuskegee experiment. Yeah, it's like we in a Tuskegee experiment. But don't nobody want to say that. It's cool that okay, we doing a study from something that the mayor and not the mayor, that the governor and his emergency managers caused. But you ain't seeing none of them going to jail. You seen, you know what I'm saying? You seen the current governor now. She took his endorsement, which is crazy. So if people is looking at like as far as voting your interest in Flint, if it ain't nobody coming in saying they finna fix that water, do you understand? I'm so water shocked. Even when I'm out of town, I don't trust the tap water. I'm being honest with you. Even when I be out of town, I still go get bottled water. But ain't nobody looking at that. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. It's like from your council people, from your mayor, from your senators, and you have people trying to tell you like you got to hear it. We Flint fatigue. Flint fatigue. What about the people that's in Flint that's living in this madness? You hearing about like you had my man, the whisperer from Compton talk about all the rodents that's moved in. You looking at and some of these council people don't even want to speak back. Man, it's like it's crazy to me. And then when you can see, and I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I don't care because I'm not trying to. I don't want to have none of these. I don't want none of these fake friends anyway. But anytime you can see, I saw a person yesterday, and this individual want to run for council. I saw him and a current council person. Oh, they were shaking hands. I mean, they was laughing, and I watched how this person who want to run for council, and this is what I be meaning why when you have messy people. I watched this individual wanted Wyntis to call this current council person out. Oh, interview the person, this and that. And I'm looking at this person yesterday. I'm looking at him smiling with this person, and this the same individual that sit up there when Claire McClellan didn't want her to talk. I'm just saying, when I see stuff like that, I knew then. I said, you know what? I understand why I had a problem and why I'm getting in trouble with this stuff. I understand what it is. And I said, I can't be around fake. When I see fake people, like how they talk about each other behind their back, then they be up in each other's face, like they could be back around each other the next day. No, I'm not even finna subjugate myself to that. That's why you if you see me, don't be want to go hang out with everybody and doing none of that. I'm straight. It's like, I'm not going.
I saw that with Mickey when we went to the Roadhouse. You're a standoff, keep to yourself, and you stand there and you observe, and that's a good thing because democracy is not about clicks and rubbing each other's shoulders and stuff. It's about standing in what the issues are. So at the end of the day, all my friends could turn around and be running for something, but my whole thing, I'm gonna focus on what the issues are and talk about the issues. Now, that's your debate. Who's running? That's your fight. You got to get the attention of the people. Don't expect me to be your advertisement. That's not saying I don't support, but it gets ugly because everybody has a price, and some people are bought out on either side. So when you have a platform like A10 News Media Group, which you all already know, y'all got the masses of the people watching near, far, and everywhere. So when you have that, you're going to have people that are going to want to flock to get on because they know they need that attention. And so when you don't give them that attention, then they want to leave, talk about the talk about the news, the A10 News Media Group, say things. But at the end of the day, you'll see people after a while, because people can't fake. When people get in a relationship, the first 3 months is like the honeymoon
Yeah,
stage, and then
yeah,
after the 6th month, the chick get on your nerves, he get on your nerves, because all the mask then came off. So like right now, we see everybody. I'm rocking with A10. I'm rocking with A10. But you even see it in our chats where people start arguing
yeah.
because no one has learned how to agree to disagree. We're not all going to see the same way.
Facts.
But don't sit there and repeat someone else's agenda. Like you listening on some big platform and all your talking points are mimicking
Hmm.
what someone else said and not what you think. Um, I think her name is it Sister Taliba, right? I'm saying her name
Yeah,
right.
it's a Taliba,
I
yes.
love when she talks because she has a mind that says I am open. And just because people that look like me does not mean I have to agree with everything they say. And just because the
Facts.
masses are running with it doesn't mean I need to repeat what they say. And I should be able to say something different, agree to disagree. Um, both sides, Mickey, both sides are corrupted. Um, it's a hard race.
No,
Both
it
sides
is.
are corrupted. Um, but they always say vote what's in your best interest. What are the things you need? I will say this. Now I'm always talking about Flint, but I will say the whites in Flint. Now, if you go back to the history before they started calling people white, remember what do you call it? I'm saying the name wrong. Irish people, Northern Italian people didn't get along with Southern Italians, Irish. They were treated bad when they came to this country. They were actually not slaves, but they were like the in servants. Their kids were sold to come to the U.S. and work. The Irish and Italians, and then the rich created this system and said, "Well, we'll bring them on our team and we'll call it white, the white race." But even when you look at that, and they connected all those other countries that were treated badly, they still are treated badly. They warred with each other, but now we put a title and say white. But that doesn't mean that all white people are treated the same and all of them have privilege. There is a class of which you see in rural America, in areas where whites have poverty. Ward 4 in Flint. But what happens is we're so blinded on fighting each other because of the way we look that we lose the interest of what we need to do for the community. We'll sit there and fight, and we both poor. And this politician has now raised billions and millions of dollars, and in Flint, you're still dealing with rotted water. If you
That's
want
the.
me to celebrate and watch, I didn't watch the DNC. There's
I,
nothing to celebrate.
and I did. You know what? I watched
I
it, but
didn't
to me,
watch it. I was like, I just want whoever gets in. I want to focus on the local race because that's what affects us even more.
right.
But I'm just saying, with me, I don't want to see a bunch of. I'm not impressed with celebrities. I'm
And
not impressed with reality TV. That crap
and
doesn't do nothing for me.
but see, that's what a lot of our society is, and I'm talking about from my age group,
Yeah.
from the '76 babies. Let me just be real
Yes.
with you. I'm talking, yeah, '76. Let's be honest, because a lot of us got caught up in Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real
Yeah, man.
Housewives of the NBA, Real Housewives. It was like your lifestyle is not them people lifestyle, but they made it to look like they made it so acceptable. That's why I be looking at like, are we really paying attention? Like, what's really going on? That's why you can hear a former president, come out and say what he say. Oh, you can see the Democratic Party. Let's go to the strippers and stuff. Like I was saying on on Carol show previous, saying like, okay, I get it far as you know what I'm saying. That you can hear somebody say, "Oh, what is a black job?" But we've been allowing things like this, these things to be said. But it's like until we wake up, you
You
know what
just
I'm
said what I was talking about. I'm sorry, Mickey. I gotta
saying?
give you a handshake for that, Mickey, because that's been said for so long. And my girlfriend broke it down to me. She said, "Now, correct me if I'm wrong." She said to me, it was more because he was a white male saying that why they got mad.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't because of what he said, because I've been hearing that for years. I
Right.
remember sitting in a room where the guy stood up in DC government, and I was in a room, and the guy said on the thing, he said, "Oh, the Latinos and Hispanics are taking all the jobs." And I said, "What? Cleaning and construction? Is that all y'all do?" You know, it sounds so ignorant to me, because jobs are jobs. Every culture, every race can do every job.
But what they didn't want to say, they was taking a low wage, low paying jobs that
Because
don't
that's what we
nobody
do.
do. And that's
They
what it
come
is.
here, we take the lowest. We're taught you take the job, you work, you pack up that little bit of dollar. And
Yeah.
the only reason why they survive and they're able to buy their homes, because they're not hung up on materialistic things. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I love me some sneakers. I love me some things to buy. But when you get to that point in life, you're not living off of those shoes, that name brand on you. You can
Yeah.
survive off the
All,
position, the
all you
job
gotta do,
positions
all
that
you
you're
gotta
getting.
facts. All you gotta do is watch Hollywood, not the cut. Just watch
Yeah.
Hollywood, how they set it up, and then you start seeing it start being implemented throughout the United States. All you gotta do is watch Weeds, and next thing you know, the movie Weeds that was on shameless plug, that was on Stars. It was about the city, Hobo County, what it was really about. How them people were selling weed. Then all of a sudden it became legal. Then when you saw what's my man Tiny Lister that died, what was the Fifth Element? The Bruce Willis played in, when they gave you a black president. Then they gave you Jamie Foxx in that one. Then it was easing people in for they can be eased into Obama. You know what I'm saying? If you go watch, but to me, it's like they give us these things to make you think like everything is all right. That's just like with the water, because you got a black mayor up in there, because they knew they couldn't have a white mayor study saying the water was bad after a white mayor just went along with the switch. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you got to see why these people in these seats. It wasn't nobody, no rocket scientist that a Liddell was able to come up here. It wasn't no rocket scientist that the clerk office knew she wasn't here 12 months and ain't say nothing. Don't get it twisted. I'm on my way. Let me move out of here.
How far y'all got on the lake?
Ricky,
Uh-uh.
don't stop talking. You on the road. When
Yeah,
you
no, I'm just saying in general. This is why I get off the plane. Now, I'm just saying in general. This is what you gotta watch when you looking at stuff that's going on. He said, I got comfortable. I took my shoes off.
You keep them up. I ain't talking about no politics no more today.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm about to. I gotta take me a little brizake. But I'm telling you. But when you look at it, when you see these people, when you look at it, that's the problem we running into. That's what I'm saying. It's like no motion. Like they don't have motion. That's why you will see
yeah.
a person to see what you doing and copy your style and do
Mm-hmm.
everything you do, thinking because it'll work for them. I'm telling you, I see it here. I see it here. Just watch. Don't get me wrong. I watch and see how I do stuff. Sometimes I'll do some stuff just to see how other people are doing, and ain't nothing wrong with it. But
Well, let me ask you this, because you know it was our generation, you know, the 70s babies with P. Diddy. Remember what P. Diddy started doing? He started taking tracks from the past and remaking them,
yeah,
and then putting, you know, a different spin of lyrics on it. But really, this was genius people that made this.
mm-hmm.
And our kids are hearing these beats and not recognizing, like when I hear it, I still hear the old lyrics.
Yeah,
But that's like, it's been taught that it's okay to take from someone and change it, without giving respect back to the person that, you know, started it. And you look at what's going on in society, throwing our books away, trying to erase our history, changing the name of our streets,
mm-hmm.
changing our neighborhoods. This is a form where we said, and culturally it's okay, like, you know, we pass it forward. But I'm saying still give that history as to why those lyrics were the way they were. Like change is coming. Like any Sam Cooke music, you know, when you hear any of those songs, there's meanings for those songs. Wars were going on. Uh, a lot of things were going on when these songs were created. Um, but the story goes to, it changes, and people forget, why was that artist singing those lyrics at that time. And we got to a point where we don't talk about history in a way to make sure that we preserve who we are as a people. Because the more that we throw away who we are, the more we tend to want to steal just for likes and to get our face out there more.
But
We
that's
didn't
what
grow up, I need 20 million people to like me. We didn't
but
grow up like
but that's what we done came to though, Anna. You see you can see stuff, people see motion. We just in this situation where we done became, it's like we gotta compete with each other. Not that we supposed to help each other up, it's a competition. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you seeing some of the stuff going on right now. You just it's all it is, people want to compete. It ain't about helping. Like everybody want to take, don't get me wrong, and I want to give everybody a shout out that did step up for this water. But if y'all think y'all really did something and we going in 10 and a half years later, you need to wake up and don't pat yourself on the back. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. Don't come telling me, because if you still got to drink, you can't drink out the tap water. What did you do? And that's what we're going through. That's what the concerned pastors. I don't care about what you did. See, what a lot of problems we have, people want to go live back in the day when they was something. Everybody was something back in the day, but what are you now? You ain't got that motion you might have had back then. And that's all to tell you. But sometimes we don't get to see. We can't see where we at because we so blinded. We get the one track mind. It ain't, like I say, people act like all the time they doing something for themselves. No, they not. These are hidden agendas. These people, when you see stuff they want something did, and you know what I'm saying, it's because they might see you got something going. Then the person thought, oh, this person did it for them, they'd do it for me. We run into so much of that. That's why you got these problems now. That's why you got people getting through out of counsel, getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? It's probably lawyers, the ACLU, don't probably looking like, why ain't nobody from Flint came to me? Because it's easier for us to clown each other than us actually fix the situation.
I like what Anthony Echoes is saying. It says we are victims. I have a relative dying from the water right now. And that's the conversation, Mickey. Like when people, when I hear people talking and stuff, and we get caught up on campaigning and all that, like, I'm doing my own here, but I try to stay focused on the reality and where I live and what is really going on around me, so I don't become superficial.
Yeah.
And so when you see where your mind is constantly on what you say you can do and you're not showing any action, my quote has been action, not reaction. I need to get me a t-shirt. Action, not reaction. Because we are jumping into spots and we really don't even know how to really fix the situation.
No, we don't.
For instance, if I'm a council person, right, and something goes in my neighborhood, in the area or the ward in which I live, because DC has wards too. There's a chain of command, and there's certain offices in the government that do certain things. But if my system is broken, and I tell people, call the police, call the fire department, call here, and that y'all don't have enough ambulances, y'all don't have enough police officers. Why are you telling me to call these people?
And I'm telling you, and that's why I be laughing like at some of these people here. I understand it's all about a dollar. I just wish the people to be real and say, look, I'm just in it for the money. Quit this faking and shaking like you really here to help somebody. You're not. You just here, they just here to collect their paycheck. And that's why you see a lot of greed when you're seeing a lot of these hit dogs hollering because they not getting no money. This ain't number pocket watching going up here. Believe me. And it's crazy that it's the jealousy that's going on in Flint. I'm talking about if you can, Anna, you can have, you see, it's just pure jealousy up here.
I would say, before I go tell somebody, call some government official to help a situation, we have to be able to be strong as a community in where you live at, know the people that live in your community, to the point where everyone can get out and everyone has I remember was a Sister Audrey one time said, I think she had a flat tire, Mickey, and you and Trevor went to go help her.
Mm-hmm.
It was a while ago. It's probably been about a year now. But those are the things that you can do without worrying about who's getting in position.
Yeah, but you know what? But a person
RZA talks about that. How can you build your own community instead of relying on someone on a ticket to get in?
Right. And then how can you build a community? Yeah, but how can you build a community with all the haters that you got in this thing?
But
Just only
the hate comes from not knowing the power of what someone can do if everyone agrees. That's where everybody bumps head. And
mm,
it really takes people to keep speaking community at all times, regardless if
but
you or dislike you. But when you got people that are being paid for through 501c3s, you can never see what they're doing that is good because we focus on that dollar so much. And we don't focus on our power as people. We all have hands that God gave us that can
yeah,
do things. Back then, before money was a thing, people would do stuff for each other. Like, let's say,
water.
say we own two homes. You do the yard. I don't know how to cut grass. You got a lawnmower. You cut my grass. I go over there and do your taxes. I'm just being funny. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying.
they're bartering though. But they don't know how to barter. It's too easy. It's too much. I want to. Here, I'm just tell you, people here they try to use you. Let me just be honest. From my experience, they always want something for free. They don't like to pay you. And then when they get hip, you know what I'm saying, that you want to be paid, then that become a problem. It's like here at Flint, they just want you to do stuff for free. It's the whole thing. It's like you want to do something for free. Like I just and then I get it why some be frustrated, but pay a person for what they're doing for you. I think that'll solve a lot of these problems here, and you wouldn't see so many people be selling out so quick if you pay them for what they did. And that's how it's so easy. Like I was saying earlier, people always talk about the trick, but they don't ever talk about the John. You know what I'm saying? We know what the trick gonna do, but what about the John that's paying this person that'll take this money? A trick gonna take it. That's what I mean. That's what they gonna do. If you tricking for money, you know what you doing. And it seems like a lot of these people, i.e., the water good from the mayor, the state rep not stepping in, trying to help, and we not trying to figure out how to help the school board get it together. Then we got immature people on the school board that be in social media. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how we can have all of this dysfunction, and you see the failure from the school system. Because anytime you graduating a kid that's reading at a third grade level, that ought to tell you something. But you will have these people get on Facebook, be bragging like they doing something. You looking at the school system how it is. You can have a school board. I mean, a city council member come cuss out a ex-council member at the school and don't nothing happen. I mean, it's just like you can see the disgrace, but then they get mad why the kids is cussing in school. Look how the adults is cutting up in school. Look how the adults is acting. We couldn't even get clear backpacks. You know what I'm saying? Get to how the kids in schools where the school is working. You know what I'm saying? It's so much building new schools. You know what I'm saying? They can't even come together. How can we get the kids to come back? Who would want to send their kids back when you see how dysfunctional the school board is? Just
Well,
tell me.
you had people that would get there and say, "Vote me in because I'm going to do this for education." And I hear it because I'm huge on it. That's all I talk about is education. But the reality is, everyone has to be on board on the council and on the mayor in order for them schools to get better. Not just the school board, because those dollars have to flow evenly into those schools. And unfortunately, the areas where more poverty is. I don't know what ward in your area is the most poverty. Now, I can't say, I'm not going to say Ward 1 because I don't know if that's written that Ward 1 has the most poverty.
Man, everything is messed up here. Out of to say what ward is the best ward, you mean have to pick a carve out
No,
a
I'm
little
saying as
section of
far
every
as
ward.
income for that ward, because
But
people can see a ward not taken care of. That does not mean that the people in that community are broke. It's just that they're not putting the dollars in that community.
would you put something up in here when you saying how the dysfunction is? What I'm just saying, if you the one controlling the things, you getting everything you want. Would you want to change? Would you want some people in who can actually think, that actually want to help the kids? But see, that goes back to the problem. A lot of these people in Flint have friends that's in these positions, and they are scared. They cowards. They scared to tell their friend, "Hey, the water not good." You know what I'm saying? That's how I know ain't nobody telling the mayor nothing. And it's unbelievable. Him and his wife live in the same house, one state rep and one the mayor. And that ain't a conflict of interest when both is not
That's a
doing nothing
huge
for the
conflict
city.
of interest. The mayor and
That's what
state
I'm
rep.
saying. A
I've never
conflict.
seen anything like that before. I didn't
And
even
when
know.
you
do that.
And I don't want to hear nothing. Let me throw this out here. Don't come telling me nothing about, oh, if the whites do it, you didn't say nothing. Listen, let me tell you, because this goes back to when Inez Brown was leaving, when she was saying we need to start doing better. Ain't no doing better, because every time, you know what I'm saying? Why you saying that clerk office going to be like that? Because whoever get in there, it works for them. That's all it is. But what up, Mac? She from Tula, Mexico. What to do? Enjoy yourself. But I'm just saying, until we get some people that can sit up here and really want to help, you know what I'm saying, that really want to help the residents, but the residents of Flint got to get up here. I mean, in life, just us as a race of people, we got to do better. You got to want something for yourself. We steady going to, you know what I'm saying, you got to want to do better. That's like even our neighborhoods. Don't you know we can clean our neighborhoods up overnight?
Oh yeah.
Don't you know we can a lot of this fix could be ourselves. All we have to do is stop the shooting. We ain't got to buy all the drugs that's always coming in here. You could put a lot of people out if you wanted to. Clean yourself up and let's see how much drugs will be in your area. Clean yourself up. Let's see how many liquor stores you will have if you quit going to liquor stores buying liquor. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when you'll start seeing, but until we want to clean ourselves up, but that's a mind thing. You gotta wanna fix yourself up. But long as you can keep going to the corner store and getting liquor, and people can feel like, oh, Trump gave us $1,200, and not understanding that was your own tax money for the people who do pay taxes. That was your own money that you had gave, and they not understanding that was really you had to, you know, Democrats was putting that in place, but that was still a trick to trick the people. Give you $1,200 and you had to spend it back in bills. This what America did for their people when other countries they was giving people, families, $4,500 to put them through this, you know, when the crisis was going on. But guess what America did? We give you $1,200 one time. Lord forbid you owe child support for the people who owed that. They didn't get none. So if you owed anything, you didn't get none. I'm just saying, look at the fugaziness and just for, because blacks, and what did they do with they took? Most of them people that took the SBA loans, what did they do with that? Did they go party? And you saw more people going out of town. You ain't see no people buying no houses and none of that. Then when the money gone, then they started looking at, oh, we could have.
People had games.
You know what I'm saying? Not even bought a house.
People created businesses with the money, and turned around and sold people and say, if you come to this conference for leadership, we can guarantee you'll bump your business 20, 30,000, and you sitting there broke.
See what I'm saying?
Money.
And that's what I'm saying.
The sad part, it was more of us with them little bit of dollars. But they knew, Mickey, they knew past that little bit of dollar, and we will sell ourselves for that little bit of dollar.
They did, because shit, all the
liquor stores that we need. And what we don't know is that we don't need materialistic things. We need to have a place over our head, not something the government owns, but that takes time and resources and educating ourselves and people pouring into us. That's going to take time. But the sad part is, if your whole thing is what the government's going to do for you financially, they're not going to do nothing for you financially at all. They are going to do something for welfare for the rich. They're going to make sure them tax codes are changed.
Yeah, but don't nobody understand corporate welfare. All they hear is, welfare.
Well, I always talk about, when people talk about welfare, I said, welfare is not for the poor. There's welfare for the rich.
And don't nobody see that. Don't nobody see that, but they'll convince you. That's why I keep saying, you got a bunch of 85%ers think they in the 10, and you got some think they're in the 5% and not understanding they're part of the 85. They getting used just like how we getting used. I mean, getting used like the Poe getting used. They feel because they can go out in Grand Blanc, or they can go buy a house on Mahalla Drive. And even we get caught up with our stars. You would think Jay-Z, give you a better example. Remember Kanye West, he was a billionaire, right?
Uh-huh.
What happened when Adidas pulled themselves back? Oh, he didn't have $1 billion no more. Same thing we see with Jay-Z. Oh, we think Jay-Z this and that. Let his contract run our Rock Nation, and let's see if Jay-Z really a billionaire. They give us people and make us think, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this a billionaire, they doing this and that. But yet you can see Jay-Z, what was the first thing he did? Because the NFL gave him that deal. Oh, we did what we did. He wasn't really standing with Kaepernick. But then nobody say nothing. They get up here and say, "Oh, Jay-Z, he the smartest, this and that." No, you're not. They allow you to have this money. But soon as that deal, soon as it get over, watch you find out he not a real billionaire. But then you know what I get told? Oh, you hating. No, it's not. Why you don't own it? Yeah, how you don't own your own industry? Why didn't none of them? Why didn't you get together? You this and that. You got this money. Why you didn't get your own distribution deal? Why would you want to keep going through the ones who already got it? Why you want to go through their distribution? Why you want to have your own black distribution when really it's our music the one is selling? Why wouldn't you want to distribute your own music or put it out there? You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, it's just you see the silliness of it, but we keep thinking because they can show you riding around on a jet, you driving a Bentley, but yet then in 90% of your race is living below poverty line. You mean to tell me, but you want to celebrate because we can have a handful of blacks who made it? That's really doing something. We celebrating the win because we got, you can have a Beyonce. Ain't nobody looking at Beyonce be there in there half naked, what she got to do to entertain the people. Ain't nobody looking at that. Ain't nobody looking at Sexy Red. Ain't nobody looking at all this that's going on, the degrading yourself because you can get. It's, to me, it seems like we went to the, you can degrade even with reality TV going on there. You seeing, you exposing yourself, like not worrying about 10 years from now. Like I say, we never studied the long game. We with the short game.
Yeah.
Your grandkids see you on here with your ass hanging out. Oh, seeing you on here saying, okay, well, you slept with all these men right here and they was on the same team. It's like, seriously? This the society we in? Oh, you think this society meaning, okay, you can go from this person to this person, and I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? This is society. This is America. You don't supposed to be no judgment zone. That's the lie they tell you. But we knowing, in all honesty, ain't too many people, vice versa, want to go grab nobody that the whole town and have, if it's a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going for that. But the way society got us accepting everything, it's like certain things. Even the church, look how bad the church is. The church is unbelievable. You can have a mayor coming in saying that the water good, but he can show up to church and the people know the water not good, and you ain't gonna tell me the pastor ain't gonna call the mayor out. He shouldn't even been able to go to no church. Really, not just the mayor, no council person that's going along with the madness. That's how the people being represented in Flint should be able to walk. No politician should be able to come up in the church. But you know what? Like you said earlier, them 501c3s, the pastor ain't gonna miss that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them ain't going, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be saying they don't believe in God. Believe me. Do you understand that these jokers really believe that when they got to show up to the pearly gates and they get asked, you mean to tell me you poison my people and said the water is good? Do you think these Negroes, you think they'd be scared to go to court? Can you imagine if they knew when you go and your ass got to go, you really going to see the devil? You think they would be sitting up here playing this game with the people? I mean, even just, I'm just saying, even a police officer that kill innocent people. You mean to tell me you honestly think they feel they're gonna be getting judged again? They can go up in there. I mean, in this time, they can really go. You go into the pearly gates, what they say in front of St. Peter and them, and say, "Oh, I was just trying to live right when I was on earth. I didn't know we couldn't. You don't supposed to kill an innocent man. Oh, I don't know. You supposed to kill an innocent. Just go look at the slavery. Go back through slavery. Like I say, go get that book Without Sanctuary. You mean to tell me them presidents, because we can go. Let's start at, George Washington. They at the pearly gates. They in heaven. You mean to tell me that? You mean to tell me the ones that knocked off people, these plantation owners, they in heaven too? So God gonna go up there and say, well, that's what was going down on earth. That's what I'm saying. These people cannot be believing in the book that they read, because if they knew that they really got to pay consequences, believe me, people will be doing total different things. That's how you know these are not no true believers in God. I mean, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
No, I hear you, Mickey. I hear you. I hear you. Um, I do believe that God, we're under living, in my religious beliefs. I do believe we're living under God's grace right now, and we're in His grace. And I do believe that if you repent, and I mean really repent within your heart, not because He knows your heart, but really repent and change yourself, um,
Honest,
He will.
hold up. You just said the key word. You said grace. So
Yeah,
grace has a period when it ends.
yeah,
Okay.
yes. No, no, that's what I'm saying. So right now we're under His grace. So that means He is allowing us to have an opportunity to turn around and repent and ask Him, not man, not because of what acts you do, not because you fed a whole bunch of people with your money, not good work, but your that you repented. And this is what I believe. And I believe that you look at the man on the cross, the thief. He went to paradise with Jesus that day because he asked. You know what I mean? And he turned his life right then and there. He was wrong for the things he did. But I believe because we're under God's grace that he allows us to be with him in heaven. Now I will say
What
this.
about this question right here that Dr. Petroni put up? And this goes to the administrations of America.
Where
What
you see
about
it?
people
You
being
said
okay with funding genocide right now?
see Padroni on here.
Yeah,
Where's
I
he at?
just put
Oh,
a
wait a
couple.
minute. Okay. So he says, what about people being okay with funding genocide? Well, let me tell you something, Dr. Padroni. I have a 21-year-old, a senior at Morgan State University. She has not patronized McDonald's, Starbucks. The new generation that we talk so bad about has actually learned how to stop going to places and taking uh, money and bribe from them. Who is funding these people that are killing children? Um, the unfortunate part that it becomes a religious battle and not a human to human interaction to say we will not fund anyone who has a right to take and kill people, uh, and then try to take their land. But this, Dr. Padroni, this has been going on in the Bible and will continue to go on for years to come. But right here in America, the only thing that we can do is individually is speak up and stop funding or buying these places that contribute. But how many things that we involve every day that we get involved in or that we buy in the stores? How do we stop that when it seems like everything from Scott's toilet tissue to Bounty to Kraft macaroni and cheese to all the football we watch, the games, the tickets, the gambling, all of that is connected and corrupted, and that money is funneled to kill children. Actually, right here in America, where we don't talk about modern day slavery, we got people with billions of dollars that have girls trafficking right here through Mexico, through Cuba, all over, tracking these girls from Venezuela on up, raping these girls and selling them at the top dollar, and our girls are missing. We don't talk about none of that because this money is so deep and rooted in these rich people. And I'm not just saying rich, I'm talking about stupid rich, the ones we don't even know what they really have.
That's why I say the 5%, then you got the 10%, then you got the 85%. We part of the 85%.
The unfortunate part that those Palestinians actually, that is their land. And it's written in the history of the Bible that they will always be fighting. Um, is it right? Do I want to be a part of it? No, I don't want to be a part of it. But only thing we can do here, uh, but we don't know what government we're going to have because I don't think the Democrat side is even trying to even assist with Palestine. I don't even think the Republican side is going to help with the Palestinians.
No, and that's what is sad about this whole thing. But that goes back to Flint with the water. The water bad. Like we sending money over to Ukraine. Like ain't nobody here. That's why I don't be wanting to hear nothing. It pisses me off when I hear people just saying because we as blacks hear this every time. Oh, vote Democrat. Then what do we get? Just like it was said earlier. 25 years, they gotta have a vote to say we can vote. Make that make sense. Every 25 years. And it's been a time where the Democrats had the House, the Senate, and had the President House, had the White House. So you can't come telling me that the Democrats ain't never had it. They never thought that highly of us to put us in there, say you can permanent vote. That's the biggest problem that we have. But we got people steady saying, oh, Democrat this. Like I say, a lot of us is selfish. I'm talking about the Flint people. Flint people need to, if Kamala ain't talking about, and I'm just gonna put it out there. She's not talking about coming here and fixing this water situation. I don't want to. You're not getting my vote. I'm gonna just tell you like that because I've been watching a lot of her little moving around. And I'm not saying, and people can feel how they want to feel. But if y'all think I'm just gonna be sitting up here just gonna vote, give her a vote, and if we not getting this, and if we ain't got people that's gonna come up here and tell her, because I'm watching the people that she moved. I mean, certain people that's supporting her from Flint, and I'm looking at them sideways. No, Jessica, but I'm not just gonna go for it because on that case, Jessica, what you basically saying, let Flint just have another 4 years of poison water because certain people get what they wanted from their person, but then we over here, we still suffering in Flint,
How
still
many?
dying from
It's been
poison. Like,
10 years. It's been
yeah,
10 years.
I mean,
You had
what we
Obama.
gonna do?
You didn't
Yeah,
had what is it, Obama? You didn't had Biden.
and that's what I'm saying.
It would have
I'm
still
not telling
messed up. So
nobody. Yeah, I'm not
we
telling
can't
nobody vote
debate
for Trump.
on the
Let's be
party.
real.
We
Yeah, I'm
can't
not
really
telling.
debate on the party. We
Yeah,
need to debate
yeah,
on. We didn't had a Dem. We didn't had a Republican in Flint
yeah.
in office, and the water's still not fixed.
And yeah, that's
They
what I'm
speed
saying. What the
this,
fuck?
the effed up part about all of this is that water should be free. We
It's
ain't
it,
created it. It was here.
no. I agree with you with this, Chris Caleb. Now this who did poison Flint was the Republican, but it was but guess who helped cover it up? The Democrats, and that's all I'm saying. And I do
You,
agree with
you said the governor, what was his name? Governor
Snyder.
Snyder was a
Snyder,
Republican.
yeah, it was Republican. But you had Gretchen Whitmer come in and her team helped cover it up. That's what I'm saying. To me,
Yeah.
until like I said, blacks we can we can resolve our own problems overnight if we quit beefing with each other. You know, no, Trump ain't spoke on it, Lasagna. Listen, because I'm telling y'all about don't take it that I'm telling people to go vote, but I am
Oh
telling
yeah.
y'all who I am telling people who are the Democrats. Jessica, I'm asking you, won't y'all ask Kamala Harris, will she come help and get this Flint water? And she probably went over. She'll win that thing with no problem. But ask her to go do that. Add that to another list of things
Oh,
too, because we shouldn't have to keep drinking and bathing in poison water. That's all I'm saying. If
do
you,
something better. Ask
yeah,
Kamala to take a drink of this water, not from a water bottle.
yeah, no, I'm just being honest. But these are what the Democrats I want. This is what I want. That's all I'm asking you. Can y'all, I'm asking the people who believe in this system, that you straight up down Democrats, can y'all ask, because I don't have Kamala Harris here, can the
Yeah.
people ask her, will she come up here and fix this problem with the Flint water, bring the Army Corps engineers in to fix this? And Anna, you can close this out.
Oh Lord, Mickey, you done threw me all in there. How do you go? Oh, Mickey, let me read this real quick, and then we're gonna
Go
get on.
ahead.
Lord have mercy. It's so this book Sister Audrey gave me, and I've been really I've been reading it since she gave me the book, but it's just every probably like every week I take a bit of it. I don't read the whole thing, and it says don't do anything illegal. Illegal acts are those which are prohibited by official rule or law. They are the product of rulers, legislative bodies, and judges. They are usually written down in law codes. In a well ordered society, they are published and made known generally. In a cloudy and often crime ridden society, one has to consult an attorney or be specially trained to know them. Or such a society will tell one that ignorance is no excuse for breaking the law. Any member of society, however, has a responsibility, whether young or old, for knowing what that society considers to be an illegal act. And I'm going to leave you out on that.
All right, then, Anna, I'll be at you. I got to get up out of here.
All right, y'all. Have a good evening.
Peace.